Straight ahead on 12 News, concerned that motorists are missing a bus safety message and what one bus company is doing to improve safety. Then, a tough weekend for getting around. Find out about 2 major highway closures. But first, as a former shopping mall is about to come down, what's the vision for the future? 12 News starts right now. And hello, everyone. The future of Brookdale Square is starting to come into focus.
Brooklyn Center has new plans for the area. Eric Nelson has more on the city's vision.
Brookdale Square is one of those sites that has been underutilized for many years.
The once thriving Brookdale Square is now crumbling and decaying.
We've struggled as a city council and as a city as to what should we do with it.
Demolition of buildings such as Circuit City will happen soon, possibly giving way to an apartment complex on this 32-acre footprint.
We're looking at things like a little more upscale housing for the millennium crowd, who have a few different needs and things that they want to see in their housing.
This is all part of Brooklyn Center's rejuvenation.
If we do it right, and we plan on it, it'll strengthen the site to the south, Shingle Creek Crossing.
As the city tries to change its look and image.
In fact, the rebirth of Brooklyn Center has already begun. The new $61 million FBI building is proof of that. This facility opened up in 2012 and has jump-started the city's makeover.
Things are kind of coming together all the way across the city.
New businesses have popped up, including the vibrant Shingle Creek Crossing, which has become a go-to spot.
So all the way across the city, we've got different redevelopment pieces going on.
Mayor Tim Wilson believes this is just the beginning of Brooklyn Center's rebirth.
We're going to continue to do that, certainly with the underutilized properties that we have, to build jobs, to build local economy, to build the tax base as well. All of those things fit into a healthy, thriving community.
In Brooklyn Center, I'm Eric Nelson, Channel 12 News.
Brooklyn Center has hired a firm to analyze what is best for Brookdale Square. If the new apartments are approved, construction could begin in the spring.
You'll want to plan your route carefully before driving through the West Metro this weekend. There are a couple of major highway closures to consider. Starting tonight, that's Friday night, a big section of 494 in Maple Grove and Plymouth will close until Monday morning. The southbound lanes of 494 from 694 to 394 will be closed. The detour will take you to Highway 169, so that could be crowded as well. Another closure is just south of Golden Valley on Highway 100. Both directions of Highway 100 between 394 and the Crosstown will be closed all weekend as well. Again, the detour is Highway 169. Both highways should reopen by 5 a.m. Monday.
An annual tradition in Champlin Park provided the perfect opportunity for an update on the new building that serves homeless youth in the suburbs. The faith community and civic leaders gathered for the 22nd annual Champlin Park Mayor's Prayer Breakfast. 2 years ago, this group helped form partnerships to build the Brooklyn Avenues for homeless youth. Since opening this year, the home has supported 71 young homeless people between the ages of 16 and 20 with a bed and support services. The program's director said half of all the young adults they've served have been able to leave and go live with a relative.
They are all very unstable when they come to us. They've experienced traumas of many types. They're young, as you can tell, and inexperienced. But they're filled with potential. Most need to finish school.
The annual prayer breakfast also featured a keynote speaker from Chicago who is involved in ministry in a multicultural context. A new study shows more drivers are ignoring school bus stop arms and putting kids at risk.
A survey by the Minnesota State Patrol shows there were 613 stop arm violations in a one-day study. In 2014, there were only 371. Reporter Sonia Goins talked with a local bus company that says this really is a concern.
Everyone with a driver's license should know you're supposed to stop when you see the red lights flashing and the bus stop arm out.
People aren't slowing down. They're trying to anticipate when those red lights are going to come on.
Drivers with First Student in Champlin say they're seeing more and more motorists ignoring those flashing lights.
Unfortunately, kind of on a regular basis, probably me, myself, probably a couple times a month.
Traffic in both directions is required to stop when the lights are flashing and the stop arm is out. The only exception is if the road is separated by a median.
Some are just impatient. they see the lights come on, they don't like to be in front or behind a school bus, so they'll pull out in front of us.
It really is a safety concern. This incident was caught by a Minnesota State Patrol officer in Bloomington. And this video shows a student in West Virginia almost getting hit.
And it just takes that 1 second. Them cars weigh, 2,000 to 3,000 pounds, and they're 30, 40-pound kids. So it doesn't turn out good for the kids.
Most of the violations are from drivers approaching from the front of the bus, but there are some motorists who like to pass the bus on the right. And that's where students are most vulnerable.
The school district does a great job of making sure that most of our stops, a good chunk of them, the kids are always picked up on the right-hand side so they don't have to cross over.
First student is using buses with more safety features. This one has not only one, but 2 stop arms, making it easier for drivers to see from behind. Bottom line, motorists need to be prepared to stop when they see school buses.
You need to really start slowing down as soon as you see a school bus, and that would really help out a lot.
In Champlin, Sonia Goins, 12 News.
The first student in Champlin expects to have 40 new buses with the safety features by the end of November. A Champlin Park High School student's bus safety poster will be seen nationwide. Naomi, too, rides the bus to school and created a poster with a message about safely getting on and off a school bus. The first place national prize from the Association for Pupil Transportation surprised her.
I like to draw a lot, and I've been drawing since I could remember, but I just decided to try to win something.
She did win something. She won $500 and put the money toward art materials.
A group of local Robbinsdale citizens is gaining attention for their work fighting crime.
We watch, we call, we care. Don't hesitate to call 911. If it's something that's unusual in your neighborhood, only you know that. The police don't know that. So they need to be informed if something unusual or suspicious or possibly criminal is going on in your neighborhood.
That's the message the Robbinsdale Crime Prevention Association shares, and this week they received statewide recognition as the Crime Prevention Association of the Year. Organizers attribute the honor to increased outreach and awareness events. The association also stands out for their active and engaged social media presence.
We're able to, with the social media, get to people right away and address them personally.
The association also has to raise money to fund their outreach efforts. They are planning on selling calendars this fall featuring local Robbinsdale history.
A major construction project at a business in Osseo has wrapped up and will now bring a new service to the community. The Villa at Osseo unveiled its new luxury transitional care unit. The short-term rehabilitation suites and new rehab gym provide a new shorter-term care option before someone heads home after a surgery such as hip replacement or knee surgery.
In the city of Osseo here, we have a few assisted livings, and we have our current Villa at Osseo, which offers long-term care to residents, but there was really no meeting the need of people who just needed a short-term rehab to get back home successfully.
The new gym will offer rehab services that include physical, occupational, and speech therapies. Coming up, plenty to do this weekend, and a lot of it connected to preparations for Halloween. We'll take a look in Weekend Showcase.
And then a little bit later in sports, the Wayzata volleyball team tries to wrap up a conference championship.
But first, your AccuWeather forecast. Coming up this weekend, a chance to have kids' teeth cleaned for free. The event is called Herzing from the Heart at Herzing University in Crystal. They're offering free dental cleanings and x-rays for kids from 4 to 17 years old. It all starts at 10 on Saturday morning and is on a first-come, first-served basis. It is the weekend before Halloween, and there is no shortage of things to do.
In Weekend Showcase, Neil Persley has a few Halloween-inspired ideas for things going on in the Northwest Metro.
Weather-wise, we've been blessed with a beautiful autumn, and I've found a couple of things you can do outside this weekend. But first, I'll highlight one indoor activity that your little ones might enjoy. Calvary Lutheran Church in Golden Valley is having their costume carnival Friday from 6 to 8.
We've got games for toddlers and preschoolers. We've got games for elementary age kids in the 2 different locations like that. We've got a pizza dinner from 5:30 to 6:30 that's going on, and families can feed the whole family for $15, or it's $5 a person.
On to the outdoors. Brookview Golf Course has Ghoulish Golf open through the end of the month. The grounds goblins at Brookview have transformed the par 3 course into a Halloween-themed course with a big orange twist.
We are offering the big cups. We decided to offer the big cups on the par 3 course every day in October.
These things are as big as pumpkins.
And you'll have the small cups also on the greens, so you can choose whatever cup you want to play.
Go on, play the big cups.
If you dress in orange or black, come in a Halloween costume, $7 per person.
The Ghoulish golf holes have names like the Watery Grave, the Spider's Path, and the Ghostly Green. It's all about fun and perhaps that last swing through the par 3 before things get really chilly. Item Homestead is all spooked out as the folks on the farm celebrate Halloween 1900 style.
We just do a lot of old-fashioned activities that are kind of Halloween fun. It's very family friendly. We've got a fortune teller, we have dancing with the animals with live music. We've got a magician who will be coming.
The cost is $6 for adults and $4 for children 5 to 12. Item is a turn-of-the-century homestead, so who knows what old ghosts are hanging around there. For Weekend Showcase, I'm Neil Persley, 12 News.
And a black cat in there, too.
Yeah.
But coming up, how do you mark more than 32 years on the job?
But first in sports, get set for big football playoff matchups Friday and Saturday. John Jacobson has that and more when we come back.
Tonight marks the 7th time that Armstrong and Maple Grove have played each other in the postseason in football, with each school winning 3 times. But this will be the first section playoff meeting between the teams since 2009. Maple Grove is 7-2 with 5 straight wins since September 11th loss at top-ranked Eden Prairie. Crimson defense has improved since early in the season, with the first-string D allowing no touchdowns over the past 2 weeks. Meanwhile, on offense, Isaac Collins has rushed for over 1,300 yards and 20 touchdowns on the season. On the other side, Armstrong is enjoying its best season in several years. The Falcons are also 7-2 with 5 wins in their past 6 games. The Falcons can mix the run and pass, with Thomas Barber a force on both sides of the ball, with his cousin Collis Barber a threat to run or pass at quarterback. The Falcons have scored 38 or more points in 6 of their 7 wins. Now you can watch the Armstrong Maple Grove football game live tonight, Friday, on Channel 12. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock with our pregame at 6:53. Catch the replay Saturday night at 7 or Sunday at either 7 a.m. or 10 p.m. on Channel 12 or 12.tv. Park Center's football team takes the field Saturday afternoon with a chance to win their first section title in 30 years. Jay Wilcox has more on the Pirates.
In the backfield with Altenberg. It's been a special season for Park Center, and they cleared a big hurdle against a good Cooper team in the section semifinals.
Our coach was telling us that we're going to be in a dogfight through the whole game. You know, we let out some big plays, but we came back and scored some touchdowns.
We had to prove to ourselves and prove to everyone else that, you know, even though they did get the 2 seed and we got the 3, that didn't matter. We were still going to come out and play our best football, which we did.
The Pirates didn't get a bye in the first round of sections, but they say that actually worked to their advantage to get a game in as they crushed Minneapolis Southwest. It's a quick turnaround from the semifinal Tuesday to Saturday's final, but the Cooper game required Park Center to be sharp, and that may be a good thing.
I think it actually benefited us that we didn't have a bye the first week, and then we had to play, and then we had to play Cooper, so we had 3 games. Because I feel like when you have a large amount of time like that in between games, your team and yourself, you can kind of lose focus.
The Pirates lost 28-7 to Saturday's section final opponent Spring Lake Park early in the season. Park Center is playing well now and confident that things will be different this time around.
They rely on you to make mistakes, and we turned the ball over 5 times, and they capitalized on our mistakes. And coming into this game, we are trying to get a quick start and understand that, you know, we got to be patient.
Park Center's hoping to make its first state appearance since 1985. The road goes through Spring Lake Park. Jay Wilcox, 12 Sports.
The Wayzata volleyball team hopes to make a run at a section championship this season. The Trojans look to wrap up the Lake Conference title Thursday night as they hosted Minnetonka. Set 2 point in the second set for Wayzata. Mackenzie Greshel with the dig, and then Liz Benson sets to Lauren Jagerson for the kill. Trojans up 2-0. Set 3 is tight. Morgan Bautfield rips the kill there for Wayzata. And Maxine Marion drops one in the corner for the Skippers. Samantha Moline cracks 2 aces in a row for Minnetonka, and they have a 21-19 lead. But Wayzata comes back. Kate Berg the dig. She gets it right back for the kill, and the Trojans lead 24-23. And Wayzata wins the set 25-23 for the sweep. The Trojans win the Lake Conference title outright, their first conference title since 2010. Seeding for the Section 5 3A tournament will take place over the weekend, with Wayzata and Champlin Park expected to get the top 2 seeds. Young Armstrong and Park Center volleyball teams hope to build momentum for the postseason as they met in the regular season finale. The Pirates hoping for the first conference win on senior night at Armstrong. Park Center plays strong early. Michaela Hayes tipping home the Armstrong overpass, and it's 18-13 Pirates. But Armstrong rallies. Moriel Peng gets the kill as the Falcons pull out a 25-23 win in the first set after a slow start. The second set is mostly Armstrong. Madeline Janenko delivering an ace serve on the way to a 25-16 Falcons win. They go up 2-0. The third set is another close one. Kayla Knudsen wipes it off the blockers for the kill. Park Center leads 12-9. But Armstrong prevails. Brenda Mayer and Chloe Calvert team up for the block, and Armstrong sweeps Park Center. Again, the postseason in volleyball begin with section playoffs late next week.
All right, thanks a lot, John. Where many developers saw empty farmland, Maple Grove's Al Madsen saw promise.
A celebration honoring the retirement of the longtime city administrator when we come back. Well, if you're going shopping or out to eat, you know you have plenty of options in Maple Grove.
But of course, it wasn't always that way. One man who recalls the rapid growth of the city is Administrator Al Madsen, who has worked for the city for more than 30 years. Much has changed over the years, and today past and present city employees met to celebrate Madsen's contributions. Friday has been declared Al Madsen Day in Maple Grove in honor of his retirement.
He is one of the kindest, very generous, and he's got a super sense of humor. And he's very easygoing, and he's very encouraging of staff.
The best part about Al, he's not a micromanager. He lets us do our job.
Obviously, the city has changed a lot, and we have all these new developments, and certainly Al has been a fundamental part of all those.
Al is a hard act to follow, really, really.
Al Madsen's original retirement date was set for the end of October, but it has been extended to the end of November. He wants to stay on board until a new administrator is hired and trained. And of course, we know Al pretty well around here.
And we'll hear from him in a later story when it gets a little closer to the real retirement.
I'm sure he has a bit to say, right? That does it for us. Thanks so much for joining us.
Stay with us. Community Corner is up next. Have a great weekend, everyone.